Hello, everyone. Stephanie Lucrezio coming to you live. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been a minute since I've been live by myself. I've been so inundated with the community corner and my new role at CHD. So I wanted to come to you live just to first say how proud I am of all the work that's happening on the grounds, all of the people rising up against the tyrannical mandates and everything that's happening all across this country. It is definitely a confusing and tumultuous time to be a medical freedom activist, to be someone who is a patriot that is looking to preserve the freedoms, not only for ourselves, but for our children and for future generations. And I know for many people that being with like-minded, like-hearted people is kind of like the spark that gets us going, that keeps us going, and allows us to continue along this very difficult and sometimes never-ending path. So it seems, I feel like since I moved to New Jersey, I've done absolutely nothing but be in Trenton fighting and continue along all this craziness that's happening everywhere. So I wanted to come today because anytime there is an important event coming up, I feel like we all need to know about it. We know that the elections are coming. I've been out there, campaigning, sending my signs out to people, running for Board of Education. So if you're in the Branchburg area and you want a sign, please do reach out to me and I can bring you one, and make sure that you're out there voting on the election day for all of the people that stand for freedom. And you're going to be voting red down the line, it seems, because the blue have definitely turned their backs on my body, my choice, freedom, and right to choose. So we need to make sure that we are supporting people that support freedom. That being said, this Monday in New Jersey, there is a rally from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock p.m. in Trenton, New Jersey. Please make arrangements to be there. We are getting out in front of the mandates that we know certainly will be coming depending on how these elections go come November. We are watching very closely what is happening in New York and California, and we are confident that if the wrong people take office come November, that we will absolutely be in the same position as those states. Not to mention that lame duck season is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride, so we need to be there and be prepared. So I'm going to show the flyer from Monday. On October 18th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., there is a rally in Trenton, New Jersey, and this is rising up against mandates. A lot of different freedom-loving groups here in New Jersey will be present, and we're calling all freedom-loving law enforcement, firefighters, healthcare workers, EMTs, construction workers, teachers, patriots, and anyone who is standing with we the people. The time is now to show up. So make sure that you make your arrangements. Just get there one way or the other, because the time is now to show ourselves and to make sure that they know that we are watching and we are not going to stand for tyrannical craziness that is taking place all over the country. That being said, there is also an important event on October 30th, which is the reason for this live today. We know how amazing it is to be with like-minded community, to be able to connect, get educated, and inspired around the work that we're all doing. And my next two guests have really been amazing warriors in this movement. They have brought together so many of us for so many different reasons, and we've had so many conferences with them where we've all learned, we've grown, we've cried, we've laughed, we've meditated together as a community. So I'm so excited to bring on Dr. Stu and Terry Warner, amazing chiropractors from South New Jersey. They're constantly in charge and fighting for your freedom, my freedom, everyone's freedom. And they are the hosts of the Family Health and Freedom Summit on October 30th in New Brunswick, New Jersey. So I'm so excited to have you guys on. Thank you. It's been a little while since we've had a chance to go live together.
Yeah, thanks, Steph. Great to be here.
I know I've been going through a withdrawal, and I just want to thank you. You're doing just a fabulous job of getting everyone informed and making sure people are connected, and fighting for our kids and our freedoms. So I hope everybody appreciates what you're doing out there.
Listen, I think right now we all are doing so much. We need to just be grateful that we have this community. And anytime that I feel like deflated about what's happening, I just reflect back, because I think about the fact that 2 years ago, I didn't even know who you were. And now, like, you've become two of my dearest friends. We work together on so many different things, and we've been able to spend so much time together inside of Trenton and out. So out of the darkest, craziest times in the world come so many blessings. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think everyone out there coming October 30th to the Health and Freedom Summit, we'll be able to make those connections and develop those lifelong friends with people that support your views and your wellness lifestyle, because that's so important with all the opposition out there with what you see in the media and in the workplace and schools. We all need to be able to come together and get the best science, the best strategies, the best inspiration. So not only can you optimize your family's health, but you can protect it and preserve your way of life and your freedoms as well.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about what we've been experiencing, not only in New Jersey, but also here. Everything that's happened, what inspired you at this time in the world with everything else that you all take on every single day to say, you know what, we're going to put on this amazing event on October 30th. What's the why behind the event? I always like to start with the why.
Well, yeah. Why? Because it is just the most important time, the most critical time in history to be getting out this information. Stu would probably say that why we're so crazy busy all the time, but somehow God tapped him on the shoulder and said, like, you're it, you need to do this, and gave him this inspiration. And it's just such a critical time for us all, not only to come together and to be together in person, but to celebrate and to be able to share some hugs and some love, but to get information from the best people that are giving the truth and the science. So we have the best doctors there. We have the best freedom advocates coming. We have the best attorneys and freedom attorneys coming. So we have so many people and so much information there that we can dive into and talk about, that's going to be at people's fingertips. But the experience of also not just being virtual together, although we love our virtual communities, but there's something about this, like being with you, and us all being together, as you started out saying, and how that just exponentially, creates the energy for us all to propel this mission forward.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of being, not only one of the guests, but a featured speaker in Atlantic City at your last event. And I have to say, it was probably one of the highlights of my year, because if you think about what we've been through this last year, how limited the close contact was. I mean, I remember right before the shutdown, we had that event in Edison, New Jersey. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And it was even though it wasn't as many people as we expected because of all the stuff that was going on, we had such an amazing community there. And there was so much awesome information that people were able to take away. And I feel like just having that experience carried me through the first part of the pandemic, knowing that we had this community, this opportunity to connect before we were all locked in our houses. And then coming to Atlantic City, there were so many highlights, so many things to take away. And I'm looking forward to October 30th. I'm looking forward to being on the stage speaking again. And I'm also looking forward to being in the amazing company. Let's talk about this star-studded, packed lineup of people that you have speaking on October 30th, because I cannot wait to hear all of them.
That's one of my favorite things to do, is to curate the speaker lineup. We've been putting on conferences all over the world for over 25 years. And this collection of speakers and doctors and experts and advocates and attorneys we brought together on October 30th is unsurpassed. Everyone that wants to get tickets can go to www.wellnessparents.com. That's wellnessparents.com. But, today's a day when childhood illness has skyrocketed. The new normal is sick kids on drugs. When parents come into our practice with their kids and they share with us the challenges they're going through, many of them don't even know there's an opportunity for good health and well-being for them, because everyone they know has sick kids on drugs. Over 54% of our kids in our country are chronically ill. So parents are always asking questions and searching and looking for better solutions. What do I do when my child has a fever, and how do I get rid of their allergies? And, how do I help my child that's been vaccine damaged and help them breathe better and sleep better and focus better? So to that end, we brought the number one pediatrician in the world. We have Dr. Larry Palevsky coming from New York. He'll be spending a couple hours with you. And also, if you get a VIP ticket, you will also spend intimate question answer time with him for an hour over the lunch period as well. So Terry and I will be doing our renowned course on super immunity for kids, natural solutions for childhood ailments. We have one of the top legal minds in the world. We have Mary Holland, from the president of the Children's Health Defense there, and Kevin Barry from First Freedom. So, if you want to learn how to protect your rights and preserve your freedoms and body autonomy, and even, how to get back to school and work without forced medical procedures, you want to be there. Don't be caught in the dark. You're going to get the state of the art, the newest, the most up-to-date scientific information when you're there, the real science that's not censored by the media. You're going to get the best strategies on how to improve brain function, immune function, how to heal leaky gut. What supplements do my kids need or not need? And how do we, feed our kids properly? How to overcome childhood illness. And if you have healthy kids, then we'll be sharing with you how to optimize, how to maximize. There's always higher levels of health and wellness. So we have Kevin Jenkins coming from the Urban Global Health Alliance. Doctors Liam Schubel and Roger Sahori will be there, two of the preeminent chiropractors in the country. We have so many freedom fighters and advocates there. We're happy to have you on the stage again. And what's unique about this conference than we've done in the past is your general admission ticket actually covers breakfast, a morning snack, your lunch, and an afternoon snack, and your beverages throughout the day. So, you'll be taken care of in style here. The VIP ticket has, upgrade your experience. You'll be glad you did. It's a special lunch that we're doing. So, when you come with your questions, your hopes, your expectations, because whatever you thought coming you'll far surpass your expectations when you're there. I mean, New Brunswick, New Jersey, centrally located. We have everybody coming in. We'll be able to fellowship and learn how to keep our kids healthy, how to keep them on the path of health and freedom, which we all want for our families. It's our God-given inalienable right to be able to raise healthy kids.
Yeah, and I think people have forgotten, like, we've gotten to the point in the world where it's like allergies and asthma and ADHD and all the things that our kids are afflicted with today have just become norms. And it's like, okay, this list of medications, you're walking around with the EpiPens and all of the things that the kids need just to maintain some sense of normalcy and health. And it's really important to remind people that it's not the way it's supposed to be. Like, kids are supposed to be robust and strong and vital by nature. So something is wrong. Something is very wrong. And I think that we can all agree right now that the current medical system that we're working with, the sick care system, as I like to call it, because there's nothing about health in the current healthcare system, is really contributing a lot to people's view of what's considered normal with our kids. So it's so refreshing to speak with alternative practitioners, chiropractors, to be able to talk about what things we can do. Because I think with COVID and the variants and all the stuff, even if you're not fearful and bubble wrapping yourself in your home and double masking and doing all the things that you see some people doing, there's still a concern about what is happening in the world and how can we best protect our families, our health, to make sure that our immune systems are operating optimally. So the information that you're going to get as far as that goes, 100% is going to be so vital as we move into this year's health, cold and flu season. But I think more important than that, discussing the legal strategies. I mean, we're in New Jersey. This is a battleground state. Regardless of how the elections go, we know that lame duck season is going to be a doozy. If we thought we spent a lot of time in Trenton 2 years ago, get ready, get your raincoat, get your heated socks and your gloves, because we're going to be spending lots of time there again. So I think hearing from the legal professionals and hearing from the activists on the ground. I mean, we have Melanie Dragone from the New Jersey 5-Pack is going to be speaking. She has a lot of great insight into what's happening inside of New Jersey politics. And whether you're in New Jersey or anywhere else in the country, if you're not paying attention to the local elections in your specific state, you are absolutely missing the boat, because the local elections, as we're seeing, I mean, you go from New Jersey to Florida and it's a world of difference of how people are living. So I think we need to empower people around not only information to keep us healthy, but also what our constitutional rights are. What are our legal rights as we face the tyranny? Stu, what is your favorite thing that you say every time we're on the call? The tyrannical something, you have like a line that you say. Say it. What is it?
The tyrannical, radical Marxist agenda.
Yes, that's the one. I love it. And it exactly sums up what's happening. I mean, you look at what is happening right now. We have a president who sat up on his little podium and said out loud that this pandemic is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, the way he said it in his creepy mouth-moving way. We've never seen anything like that in history. So I think people need to really be around like-minded people to know that first and foremost, they are not alone, 100%. And every time you guys curate an event and I show up at one, I feel such a strong sense of community. So I'm so thankful to you for that, because it really helps to get us through. So what other surprises and things can we expect from this summit on October 30th? Anything else that you want to share about it?
Oh my goodness. Well, we have so much else planned and so many other great speakers, but before we even dive into that, I would piggyback for just a moment on what you were saying, Steph. And, I often talk about that, people sometimes sitting at home, they get the feeling that they are alone, that they're the only one in the fight, that they don't realize that you're part of such a bigger community out there, not only in our local region, in our state, in our country, but around the world. And we are not just hundreds or thousands, but millions strong. But it's important that we get out there together and be able to celebrate and voice our opinions together, to be able to gather the right information. Some people feel alone because they're up against maybe even within their own household people that don't understand or agree with them. If you have a spouse like that, bring them to the program. It's a golden opportunity to have someone in a situation where they can get immersed in the science and education and the legal minds that they can talk to and find out this information. If you have a mother-in-law or a best friend or someone else in your family that needs to be exposed to more information, bring them with you, and then come and be able to be with other people that are like-minded and make those fast friendships that are deep and tight, and have people on speed dial that you can call and say, what about this? What about that? You know what? I'm feeling a little down today. I just want to connect with someone. This is a place that you make those connections that do fill in the gaps and last a lifetime and make us feel whole and complete, and that we're not in this journey alone, but we're in this together, because we are. And that's how we make the difference.
Terry, because my dad came to the program that you did. I don't know if it was the one right before the shutdown or the one like maybe a couple of weeks or a month and a half before that, because we did two. And Dr. Palevsky was there. And, he's been taking an interest in this topic, obviously, because I'm so involved in it. But I remember him walking out. He came to listen, and hearing Dr. Palevsky speak, he left there and he was like, that man is amazing. How he explains the blood-brain barrier and polysorbate 80 and the way he's like, it really helped me to understand why you're so concerned about this. And this is a man that through this whole pandemic has gone through his own journey. And about a month and a half ago, he came with me to my Board of Ed meeting, and he spoke at my Board of Ed meeting about VAERS and the dangers of vaccines and masks and all the things. And it was such a proud moment. But I want to thank both of you, because exposing him to these speakers and him coming, I mean, primarily to hear me speak, but because he was there, he heard all of these things. And it really did set him down a path of looking more deeper into what it is that I'm so passionate about. So you make an excellent point. And this is a really great time, because there's so many people who are having this conversation about vaccines and health and what it looks like to maintain health in the face of all the things that we're dealing with. So if you have friends and family that are starting to engage in this conversation, that have questions that maybe you don't feel comfortable answering, this is absolutely the event to bring them to, because all their questions will be answered by the end of the day. And it's another person in our corner. It's another person that will stand with us in Trenton, that will start to speak truth and spread truth, because we know we're so shadow banned and censored on social media and otherwise that we need to get back to that belly to belly, face to face communication and sharing the things that we know to be truths. So excellent that you brought up that point. Thank you.
Yeah, and there's such a great collection of speakers here. There's going to be such a focus on raising healthy children and maximizing everyone's health. But for what both of you were speaking about, it reminds me of a woman that I just spoke with yesterday that is coming to this event. And many months ago, she was a little insecure or fearful, and just really was down and didn't know what to think about everything. And she went to an event, got inspired, and now she is confident and inspiring others now, because when you step up and tell the truth, it gives permission for others to do the same. So you're going to resonate with so many people when you come, and you'll also, besides raising healthy kids and the natural holistic way, you're going to find out too that all the destruction in society now, from from all of the mandates and restrictions and everything, isn't from a pandemic or a virus. It's from governors and presidents and politicians' decisions, and the media and the health officials that implement it all. So everything they've told us since the beginning, as very well, Stephanie, has been completely wrong. It's been contradicted over and over and over. And we see what's going on now with the the vaccine passports and people losing their jobs and being fired, and it's really criminal. And what they are afraid to talk about is the unvaccinated are not putting the vaccinated at risk, which apparently should be protected. But the vaccinated can spread COVID much more easily than the unvaccinated can. So, how are they going to protect each other from themselves? So it doesn't make any sense. So, you'll learn the science behind all of this and how to take control of your family's life. So, we look forward to seeing you October 30th in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's at a beautiful boutique hotel. All the information is at www.wellnessparents.com. And when you get your tickets, and come, make sure you say hello to us. I know Stephanie's waiting to give you a big hug, and you're going to join a community and a tribe of people that are empowered and trying to live their lives to the fullest and not being in fear, because at the summit, you're going to also learn that we are not, and our kids are not, the property of the government. And God gave us inalienable rights to live a free, healthy life to our own choosing. So we all need to band together. There's strength in numbers. You're going to meet the most amazing people there. So we hope to see you there.
I will definitely be there. And I have to say that the biggest thing that we need to do right now as people fighting this uphill battle that we're currently dealing with is take care of ourselves. We need to fill our cups. We need to breathe. We need to connect. We need to be fueled with information, because knowledge is power. And right now, being able to spread seeds of truth makes such a huge difference. And I've seen so many people turn the corner in this last 18 months. So the timing is perfect. Make sure that you make it a priority to be there. Get your tickets. Go to wellnessparents.com and reserve your ticket today. Come join us, and make sure that you come over and give me a hug, because like Stu said, I do love hugs. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your schedule to come on and talk about this amazing event with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I cannot wait to be there with you, to give you two a hug. And I'm honored and blessed to be a part of it.
Thanks, Steph. We're super excited. We can't wait to see you there and see everyone else. And just take action today. You know, you guys are taking action by being a part of this community, by following Steph and everything she does, and getting out to events like the one on the 18th and the one on the 30th that we're hosting. This is how we get together. This is how together we change things, and we forge forward for our children and our children's children. This is our legacy of what's happening, and we are at the fork in the road. So choose wisely. Don't wait. You know, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? Now is the time to make that decision, and we can't wait to see each and every one of you there.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here. And thank you for taking the time to plan this. I mean, I've been on some of the calls with you, and a lot of work and thought and planning goes into events like these. And you guys have children and a practice and so many things happening. So we're really blessed to have you doing this work and bringing all this amazing information to all of us at a time where it is so needed and so relevant. So thank you again for everything that you're doing. Go to wellnessparents.com, get your ticket, come visit me, give us a hug, connect with like-minded people, and let's get out there in our army of freedom fighters to make sure that we preserve the health autonomy, the bodily autonomy that we all deserve as American citizens, and preserve our medical freedom going forward in this really crazy, tyrannical time. It takes an army, and we know that you're out there. We are millions strong. So take the time to come out, to connect, to educate, to be empowered and inspired, to continue moving forward, staying healthy, and making sure that you are on the right side of history. Because like Terry said, the fork in the road has been there. We need to make sure that we're traveling down the right path. So thank you again so much. I will see you on the 30th. Any questions, anything that you need, feel free to reach out to me. I'm very well informed on the event, so I can definitely help answer any questions. In the meanwhile, wellnessparents.com has everything that you need. Thank you so much, guys. So good to see you.
See you soon.
And be there on October 18th, 11 a.m. Trenton. I will see you there. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of the night. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.